Hello. Welcome to the channel. Yes, I'm a little, my nose is a little stuffy and drippy today, but I think it's going to be okay. It is really cold, and I did get out in the inclement weather because I needed to go to the grocery and stuff like that, yay. Um, I do not recommend winter at all. It's if you love it, more power to you. It's just not it's not my season at all. Okay, so let's get to it. Hi, I'm Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. I use tarot and oracle cards as a jumping off point. And let's see what we can get into. What is the vibe? What is the vibe? So I woke up exceptionally early today, and this is your Thursday reading. Okay, I'm making this or recording it on Wednesday. Still fairly early. It's about midday, but this is for Thursday. And I woke up, I always get up super early, ridiculously so. And, but I like it. I do like getting up early. And so I was up and I had some coffee then. And I thought, well, what is my personal vibe for today? And I know it resonates with more than just me. So we're all kind of in that wave and in that current. And so the vibe, I pulled out my mug that I like to write on, and I wrote on there, be bold. Be bold. And it felt good and it felt right. So then later today, or, in the morning when I was walking around and doing my morning routine stuff, and I thought, okay, Spirit, it's time for me to figure out what is the vibe for the collective for the reading for Thursday. I must have passed by this and resisted picking it up about 15 times. I mean, well, that's an exaggeration, 5. Solidly 5 times, though. And it's just this little greenish brown mug with camp scenes on it, and on the other side it says Happy Camper. And I've only used it one time with everybody, and I just and it made me start laughing like now. And I thought, okay, so I guess I need to lighten up a little bit. And so I asked Spirit, and that's the vibe. And that is not just for me; it's for the collective. For me, it's lighten up. For you guys, for the collective, what I heard was choose to be happy, and that is what will eventually flow to you. For some of you, it would be immediate. For some of you, it might take a little longer. Like it took me 5 times before I finally picked this Happy Camper mug up, because I was that resistant and wanted to stay at my grumpiness. And so finally I thought, well, that's not helping anyone, and it only makes me feel worse. So then I understood the message completely. So if you're in a place where, if you're in this hemisphere and the cold weather is getting to you, if you're just the opposite and you're in the southern hemisphere and you would prefer it be, cooler and whatever, then, it's the weather does dictate a lot of our mood, but our mood often can dictate and control the weather to a degree as well. Weather practices are real, and it is something that very often for me, I don't consciously, it's not something that can consciously be controlled. Well, it can be, but very often I have found that and I didn't expect to go off on this tangent, but the weather responds to our emotional state very often. And so keep the emotions in check, and hopefully it will ameliorate or soften the effects of any negative vibe around you. And if you enjoy, like 20 feet of snow, go somewhere where that's common. Don't will that here. Anyway, be a happy camper. Of course, the irony was not lost on me that in this weather, it's not a good idea to go camping. All right, so I'm in a mood. In the southern part of the United States, that would be called being fit to be tied. So yeah, I'm kind of fit to be tied today. All right. We're going to look at the Ancestral Path Tarot. Boom. There we go. This is that big giant deck that I have trouble holding. So, okay, and I'm getting that high-pitched frequency. Interestingly, this is like the psychic side where information comes in, but it's coming up from both, and it's more so this side. This is straight psychic work, sometimes mediumship, sometimes the mediumship is both. This is where I usually get Akashic record information. And everybody works differently, so that might not be how you function, but I tend to function with logistics, and how things are positioned around me. So, interesting. I don't know where that's coming from right now. All right. Help me to know. Mother, Father, God, make me a conduit for your messages for the collective today that this will resonate with. This is a general reading, you all. It is a general reading. Please do not work to make it fit. All right. And, okay, I pulled 2. All right, let's see. And a 3rd. And there we go. All right. What's on the bottom? The 5 of staves. And I believe staves are wands. So fire. All right, but that's on the bottom. What's on the top here? The 7 of swords. And I ask, okay, so what's the deal with these 2? And do I need to actually pick them up or take them? And they're saying, no, leave them in the deck, but understand those are influences surrounding you at this time. Ow. So this kind of feels like an extension of yesterday's reading because, and I'll get to those 2 in a minute. First card is the World. The next card is the Fool. And the 3rd card is the King of Staves, which is the King of Fire or the King of Wands. Look at that. Look at these beautiful, beautiful lions on either side. So we've got this message of wrapping up and coming to a conclusion. This Fool card is very interesting because it's a reader. So this is someone who also has a certain amount of insight and intuitiveness, connectedness, but getting ready to start a whole new journey. But with knowing is what I'm hearing. And there's a whole bunch of odd things on that. It looks like a mirror, the back. Okay, yeah, it's a mirror behind her. But she's got a bunch of stuff on it that's unusual. And a lot of puppets, marionettes. So this person needs to be careful not to be manipulated or used as a puppet as well. Maybe that's what's coming to an end. Coming full circle, someone is getting ready to start a whole new path. They are no longer going to be manipulated. Interesting. And thank you, Spirit, for the clarification. They kept saying, hold on. So, and then because I'm asking Spirit to take over. And then what I'm hearing is, and then in steps, a King of Wands, a King of Fire, a King of Action. Someone that you will feel safe with. Look at the expression on this particular lion's face. And this one is on guard. So this is someone who's going to step in protection mode. And this could be your spirit team. It could be a literal person or it could be a spirit team person. I feel like it is separate from this reader person who is at the end of the manipulation cycle and getting ready to step into a whole new journey. Yeah, this feels like a continuation of yesterday's reading. This is what's new. This is kind of, and I'm hearing wild card. So let's go back to the influences surrounding this. That happened to be the card on the top and the card on the bottom. And they're saying take one more from the top. I haven't seen this one yet. What is it? The Tower and one more? Okay. Oh, and the Sun. So this is pretty fascinating. Okay. All right, so let's put all this together. All right. So according to Spirit, we have someone who is no longer being manipulated, who has a sense of purpose and responsibility and is connecting to their higher sacred self, because they are coming to the end of a cycle where they do not feel the need to people please. I'm specifically hearing people please. And in steps this King of Fire, this King of Wands, who is both protective and nurturing. I feel like this could be your teams, but I feel like this is someone who is literal, like in physical form. Now, what is surrounding this is the Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So these are the influences surrounding this situation. So on either side of this coming to a conclusion and not being manipulated, this is what is surrounding this reader. And I feel like it's those influences that this King of Fire sees very clearly and is like, no, I don't like that. This is someone who is either a true friend, a true partner, a true mentor, someone in your life who will step in when you know what to do and you're getting ready to do it and you're in the process of doing it, but you're still feeling a little vulnerable. Because that's what I'm getting, a sense of kind of woundedness, because you're very, it's like, it feels like you're fresh, you know, even though you're not a baby or brand new or young or anything, but I really don't think that. I think this is someone who's been around long enough to have been manipulated. And those influences are still around thinking, oh, but I know what I can do. And this person is saying, I see you, and no, you can't. Bye-bye, go away. Okay. Which then leads to the Tower crumbling and coming down. Cumbling. I almost said cumbling. I really need a dictionary of my own. All right, so crumbling and coming down. So this is the Tower. And it's because these two join forces. And this person, the reader, is so much trying to just carve out this new life. They may not even realize what this person is doing. And, you know, male or female, it doesn't matter. Just take the genders and run with them. It could be whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's the energy of the card that matters. So, and I truly get the feeling that this reader does not know they have this level. Like, this is almost an emperor. This is almost emperor energy. I have a feeling they don't even know that they're the one that has made the crumbling happen around them so that they can rebuild in a way where the manipulation is just a puppet on the wall that they can take and use for kindling if they want. Because in the end, all comes out in the light of day and the sun shines. This is the best possible card. So this is a victory over manipulation. This is a victory over what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm going to say this exactly. Improper and untoward machinations. Okay? So someone has your back in a big way, and I don't think you even realize it. And I kind of feel like it's no strings attached. Okay, I want to use this one. It's not the one I was thinking I would use, but it's, I'm using the Wild Reflections Tarot. This is going to be a very brief use of this deck because I feel like I then need to move into one of the Lenormand. Okay, when I shuffled this one, it shuffled the way it normally would, and this one went flying literally toward my body. So what is it? Oh, look at that. The Lovers. Well, isn't that a happy card? Happy, happy. With the sun going down in the background. So I would say they're in for a very romantic evening. So what about that? Does that have something to do with, oh Lord, I don't even know how to turn these cards around, shuffle them. So the Lover's card. So is this, Spirit, help me out. Is this a continuation of the reading from the Ancestral Path? Yes, it is. So that King of Fire is actually someone who, some of that is energetic. The protectiveness is energetic. Some of it is by words, and you have no idea it's happening. That's kind of cool. However, and it gives you time to heal and collect yourself and figure out who you are and what you want to do. What's on the top? The Four of Pentacles. We got this yesterday too. But it was part of Anton's story. Okay, I'm asking how it applies to this reading. So you get the Lovers, so that is actually the relationship that is either in place or becoming between that, the reader / new beginning person and the King of Fire, King of Wands, who is almost an emperor. So this is the relationship. The Four of Coins in this instance, I feel like isn't about hoarding or greed. I feel like it's more about that protectiveness. They're very protective of this relationship, and they're not going to let it go. And I don't mean that in a bad stalker kind of way, because I have no patience for that. They're already almost like 2 steps ahead of where the other person is, and so they kind of see where it's going, and they're trying to just be cool about it until they get there, but they're like, trying to get ready. They are getting things in place, and they are getting ready. They're getting all their ducks in a row, so to speak. All right, where is this going to go? Oh, well, it's going to go quickly. 8 of Wands. And a lot of water and a lot of waterfall. That doesn't make sense. A lot of waterfall. A big... oh my gosh. A big waterfall with the bonfire of wands beneath it. So this is going to happen very quickly. That person is not going to have to wait for very long or a really long time. It is about to manifest in a big way. I mean, like big time, big way. And there's the Emperor. So the King of Fire becomes the Emperor. That is so cool. I love when it just lines up so beautifully. Anything else? No. They don't want me to do anymore. Well, this one stayed on its side, so I went ahead and took it, which makes sense, the Emperor. So I think, not the Emperor, that was the Emperor, the Hierophant. So what I feel like the Hierophant means in this instance is truly the traditional meaning of the Hierophant, which is this is long-term. Okay, this is a long-term situation. All right. Yeah. Old style Lenormand. No. The Rana George, and then the Light Seers. Okay. Light Seers first. Okay. So we're going to do, they want me to use the Light Seers Tarot first. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And then we'll round out the reading with a pull from the Rana George Lenormand. The Rana George version is a little different. They're very pretty cards. Nice box, very small, pretty book. you know, as far as those things go. But they also, they have connecting borders, so it can make one big tableau if you want. And I'll show you that in a minute. But she also includes a couple of extra cards that are not in the original. And that's kind of a nice addition. All right, so, but we're going to start out with the Light Seers. So one more time, what is the message from the Light Seers Tarot to help me understand what message to give the collective about this reading? And this is a continuation. Yes, this is a continuation. They're saying this is important. Somebody needs to hear this. This is an important reading. And I'm also hearing the phrase, don't give up hope. All right. Well, my word, look at this. We got it again. We got the Fool again. Taking that leap of faith. This time, I love this one. She is leaning backwards, and something about the yellow dress is significant, but she's leaning backwards, it's sparkling water, and she trusts. She just has full faith, and she has full faith and trust. And then we have, this one didn't want to come out very well, but it did, the Ten of Wands. So this is goes back to that, pack your bags, travel, or a trip or traveling. And I feel like it's the journey ahead from that falling into, and that is the glitter on the water is actually in the pattern of the Seed of Life. So she is trusting in creation and the creation of this new life and this new way of doing things. And she is going to go with it, and she is going to flow with it, and she is going to move with it. I think that was the message, because they're not giving me anything else. So it's those two. All right. Excellent. Excellent. All right. And I like that we got the Fool card again, because that reader card was the Fool card in the Ancestral Path Tarot. Anyway. All right. So this is the Rana George Lenormand, and that's her name, Rana George. All right. Now, come on. All right. So, and with these, you can put them together and the borders sync to create a much larger image eventually. So it's kind of cool in that way. And this is a Lenormand deck. So let's go ahead and find out what the culminating message is for this reading. What is the culminating message about this path, about this reading, about this person? And this one was just slid out sideways, so while I was shuffling and asking. And the back is way cool. Look at the Hamsa with the all-seeing eye, the evil eye in it. I love that so much. All right, so we have the key. And the key, yet again, more synchronicities. The pattern in the key is also that image of the Seed of Life. It's a different version of it. It has more spider webbing on it, but it's still the basic Seed of Life image, which was in the Fool card in the last one we looked at. So I do thank you, Spirit. Yesterday I mentioned that I liked the synchronicity of how things come along and come together. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I don't remember now. But all of these synchronicities, I think yesterday it was the number 8 that was coming up a lot. 8 and 3, and today it's Seed of Life, the Fool, these new beginnings, and the message yesterday was new beginning. And I was looking through the comments, someone mentioned that they got new beginning when they did their own personal reading in the morning. And guys, I kind of did a quick scan through the comments. I have not been able to get back to them, or I haven't been able to comment. I am going to go through and read all of them. The rest of my day is super busy as well. So, but I do love that you comment. I really do. And I love that you comment to each other. So I am going to go back and read them. And even if I just give you a heart or a thumbs up or something, trust me, I see it, I acknowledge it, and thank you. Okay, so we start out with the key. What else? What else do we need to know about this reading? Because this deck functions slightly differently than tarot, so we need another card. Oh, and that's card 33. Huh. Okay, so what Okay. And, oh, we have 3 more. And 1 fell on the ground. So we have the key with the seed of life, new beginning. We have man. We have dog. And then we have tree. And that tree is on a slope. And even though it's on a slope, it's growing straight up and with some strength. So what you have is a key to a new beginning. So you have a new beginning. There is a man involved. So I do feel like even though the genders are irrelevant, there is someone who is an authority figure or has a lot of, okay, thank you, Spirit. I just heard the word magnetism. So there is someone with charisma and magnetism that is in your corner who is incredibly loyal. So do not mistake that. This is someone, the dog in this deck represents absolute loyalty. And it's card 18, add it together, it's 9. So you start to come to a conclusion. So it's beginnings and endings. But 9, the number 9 may be significant for someone that you're dealing with who fits this person. Oh, and the man card is card 28, which is a 10, which is a 1. So again, starting over, a new beginning. And then a tree, rootedness, stability. I just heard family, like a family tree. All right, anything else? So this feels like a good situation. I mentioned earlier it wasn't like that creepy stalker kind of mentality. And I like to get confirmation. I don't want to just go on my first gut instinct on that. I want a little confirmation on that. And so this gives me confirmation on that entirely. So this is definitely a good situation. If this is your reading. Okay. Then we have card 29, which added together is 11. 11 is a master number in numerology, and you don't distill that down. I feel like it could be a life path. I felt like the 9 for the dog card for the loyalty. I felt like that was also like a destiny or life path or something like that. So you have female with an 11, and then you have child, card 13, which is a 4. So that could be the enthusiasm of a child. So even though people with a life path of 11 have, it's not the easiest life path to fulfill. But this person does so with the enthusiasm of a child. And then we have card 32. So we go from 4 to 5. And this is the moon card. This is not translated or interpreted the same way as the moon in tarot. It is still illuminating a path. It is still, and it looks like it's almost, you're seeing a slice of it, but I heard eclipse. So that's a very different type of moon energy. What does that mean if it's an eclipse? Is it actually a sun? Is it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse? Because it looks like it's just a waning moon heading toward a new moon. So what is it if it's an eclipse? It means give yourself a minute to breathe, take a moment of rest, and then get ready because it's about to move fast. Okay. Anything else? They want me to do one more. Okay. One more. I don't think it's going to come. I don't think it's going to be a jumping out kind of card. I think they want me to they're going to tell me when to stop. This one. Okay. Tower. I feel like this isn't a tower as in It's going to be difficulty ahead. I think it's going to be a tower, as in there's that bright light signal that comes off the top of it. So I'm interpreting this a little differently. But I'm hearing a tower as in a lighthouse, because that's a lighthouse. That's not a typical tower. Not like the tower in the ancestral path that came crumbling down. This is a lighthouse with a light that guides the way and beckons one home to safety. I feel like this is a location as well. So this is a location. So somewhere where you will find a lighthouse, you will find home. And you will know the truth of things. What a lovely reading. What card is that? Card 19. Again, a 10. Both of these come to 10, which is a 1. New beginnings. The man and the lighthouse. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, whole lots of synchronicities. All right. Well, that came out kind of fast and furiously. All right. Okay. Wow. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to go because I'm just starting to drift. You guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful night. And, oh, I got this deck out. I thought I was going to end up using it, but we'll see if it resonates, if it comes up tomorrow. I feel like I just need to stop this one here. Tomorrow I may use the Siren Song. That's a really cool, is it a combination? Yeah, it's the Lenormand and the Kipper decks, but it's got an aquatic theme. Oh, the lighthouse. All right, everyone, be well, take care, and we will talk very soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, I got toboggan hair. I just yanked it up because you gotta suit up when you go out in this kind of weather. It's not pleasant. I'm going to stop complaining about it. All right. Anyway, be well and take care.